To make our gnocchi, the first thing you want to do is take 2 big potatoes. So here I have some regular baking potatoes, and I'm going to take a plate, I'm going to microwave mine. You can wrap yours in foil paper and put them in the oven for an hour and a half. But microwaving I find goes a little bit faster, so we're going to microwave these. Our potatoes just finished up, so you want to let these cool a little bit, but you don't want them to get cold to the touch because you need them to still be a little hot. That makes perfect gnocchi. Once your potatoes have cooled down, you want to take a knife and just begin to peel away the skin. Be careful you don't burn yourself, but these work best if you do them while the potatoes are still hot. Once you're done, you want to take a strainer and just cut your potatoes in half and add them to the strainer. So in your strainer now, you just want to go ahead and press your potato out. And then it's going to make like a nice little paste-like. And this is just going to make your potatoes nice and fluffy. Once you're done, just spread it out a little bit just so it can get nice and cool, just for about 30 seconds. Next, we're going to go ahead and add some Parmesan cheese to this. You can add some fresh Parmesan cheese, or if you only have the grater, that's fine too. So you just want to add a little bit. If you don't want to add cheese, you can go ahead and just sprinkle some salt. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of black pepper. This is also optional. I'm going to add a touch of cayenne pepper for that heat. If you don't like yours spicy, then I don't recommend this at all. And I'm just going to add about a pinch of seasoning salt mixed with salt. And lastly, I'm going to add some thyme leaves. You can add whatever you want. You can add Italian seasoning, oregano, some fresh parsley. It's really up to you. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 egg yolks. And now next, you just want to mix this all together into a nice little paste. So you want to combine everything. If you need to add more than 2 eggs, you can do that if you're making more. So we're just going to mix that together. So I'm all done now. So next I have my strainer here, and I have about 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to pour it a little bit at a time and just sift it through. I just find that this makes it nice and light and airy. And I'm going to do a little bit at a time, and then what you want to do is with your hands, you want to go ahead and knead the dough. Just knead it until everything combines. If you find you don't need the entire 2 cups of flour, that's okay. You can stop when you feel like you've gotten your desired dough. So you just want to knead in. So the whole process is just to press in and roll over, press in. Add some more flour, sift it through. I won't let go. Once you're done, you should have a nice perfect dough like this. And then what you want to go ahead and do is take your knife now and just cut your dough into 4 pieces. You can flour your knife if you find that's a little bit sticky. So 4 pieces. Just like that. That looks good. It smells nice and fragrant. And next thing you want to do now is just on your counter, just get a little bit of flour, just dust it on. And then you want to take pieces of your dough and begin to roll, almost like you're trying to make a snake or a rope. So you want to roll. Take your time. Light hands. So don't press on it. Be very light with your hands, and then just begin to slowly roll, and it will just get longer and longer. Find me where the wild are. Once you're all done that, what you want to do now is take your knife and just cut them about the same size. Not too big, about 1 inch apart is good. You just want to cut. So next you want to make them into fancy little shapes. So if you want something simple, all you just do is take a finger and just poke in the middle and then call it a day. Or if you want like a nice little whirly shape like this, you want to take your fork, place the dough on top, and just roll it down. I'm about to show you guys. So take your dough with your finger, press and roll, and then it should give you something like this, a nice little shape, and then you just continue. So you put your finger, press and roll, and then it'll make the imprint unless you have a gnocchi board. Next, you want to bring a pot of water to boil, and you want to go ahead and add some salt. You want to put enough. And then what you want to do is take your gnocchi and just place them in there. And the way you'll know these are ready is when they start to float to the top. So you want to move fast to make a sauce or a garnish that you plan to put on top. Or if you just plan to eat it like this, you just enjoy it with your favorite pasta sauce, meat dish, or whatever it might be. I'm going to show you how I eat mine. In your frying pan now, you want to go ahead and add some butter. You want to melt that. And next, you want to go ahead and add some fresh mushrooms. This is optional. You don't have to add mushrooms. You can do some fresh kale. Next, I'm going to add some fresh cut parsley. And I'm just going to give it a quick little stir. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of salt. This just needs about a minute or two, and then you can remove it in a plate, and then we're going to add our gnocchi. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to my pan. And I'm going to add some more fresh parsley. And then I'm going to add some fresh garlic. The oil will draw the fragrance from the garlic. You don't want these to burn, so turn your stove on. You just want to saute them for about 10 seconds. After that 10 seconds up, you can go ahead and add your gnocchi. You want to make sure you saute these very well until they're nice golden brown. I'm just going to sprinkle the tiniest bit of salt and a bit of black pepper. So once it's gotten nice and brown to your liking, you can go ahead and add back your mushroom sauce. And then you want to give this a good little mix. So you just want to give this about a minute or two. So I'm going to add a bunch of just a handful of fresh walnuts to mine. You can add peanuts, almonds, or you don't have to add any nuts at all if you don't want. And I'm just going to give this a quick stir and let it go for about a minute, and then your dish is all completed. Just enjoy all this goodness. Find me where the wild